The Terminal List, Dark Wolf. Episode 6. Recap and ending explained. Is Yusuf dead? In The Terminal List, Dark Wolf. Episode 5. Hastings kidnapped one of the guys who had attacked them when Haverford's task force had intercepted the convoy that was going from Budapest to Geneva to deliver Molnar's bearings, which would be used to make nuclear weapons, to Iranian scientists. When his torture of this unnamed individual reached its climax, Hastings learned that he wasn't some two-bit terrorist, but a member of the German intelligence called the Bundesnachrichtendienst, or BND. Before he could extract any more information about what the BND knew about the Khalid network's movements, the officer perished. Meanwhile, Edwards confronted Parash about her betrayal. She claimed that she was ordered to find out about Haverford's connection with the Shepherd and also deliver the bearings. Hence, she had no option but to, metaphorically, stab Edwards in the back. Edwards decided to trust her and take her with him to Stein am Rhein to reconvene with the rest of the crew, but they were attacked with a bomb. While Edwards survived, Parash perished. In addition to all that, Varen located the Shepherd, or someone pretending to be the Shepherd, and attempted to steal data from his laptop. That led to a physical altercation, which concluded with the assailant's death. Varen was bruised, but she got to walk away from the ordeal in one piece. How were these plot threads explored in Episode 6? Let's find out. Hastings abandons the German intelligence officer's dead body at a church in Austria. It's supposed to be a heart-touching scene, but I kept thinking how shocking it'd be for the people who go to that church to just find a heavily mutilated corpse in the building. If the church is itself abandoned, well, then Hastings has left that dead body to rot in there. In that case, why didn't he just leave the body in that torture house? I don't think Hastings knows the officer's religion, so why pick a church? Also, if the officer is in fact dead, why not just bury him? Why leave him to rot in a church that'll probably end up being visited by people? I don't know. Anyway, in Zurich, after surviving the bombing, Edwards tends to his wounds all on his own and then heads to Stein am Rhein. After reaching the rendezvous point, he immediately discards his old belongings and heads into the latest safe house, which is a boat, with the stolen bearings, where Farouk and Landry are already waiting for him. Haverford is there too, and Edwards doesn't waste another second and starts questioning his intel. In the meantime, Hastings gets there and lets them know that they weren't facilitating an upstream disruption. They were stopping one. So, what I am getting is that there weren't one, but two sets of fake bearings. One that was provided to them by Mordecai, and the other that the Khalid network was transporting. The German intelligence thought that they were about to get their hands on the bearings and then reach the Iranian buyer with their fake bearings. However, that plan was ruined by Haverford's group, and now nobody knows where the real bearings are, which begs the question, who fooled them all? Haverford is of the opinion that Vahid is the person behind this game of smoke and mirrors, as well as the individual responsible for the attack on Parash and Edwards. Since it's pointless to worry about how there are two sets of fake bearings, Haverford decides to focus on getting Vahid to convince Cyrus and Yusuf to continue their deal with the bearings, which will be provided to them now by the task force. Once Vahid accepts this last assignment, Haverford calls up Cyrus. In Geneva, Cyrus and Yusuf sit down for a meeting with the members of the Global Atomic Energy Alliance, where they vow to use their nuclear power plants for civilian purposes only, not to build weapons, and promise to allow themselves to be monitored as well. In exchange, Cyrus wants the alliance to ease up on the oil sanctions that have been placed on Iran. While the meeting goes well, Yusuf is concerned about Vahid because he is nowhere to be found. Cyrus assures him that Vahid will deliver the Khalid network's bearings before Yusuf departs for Iran. But Yusuf warns him that if Vahid fails, the consequences will be pretty grave. While Cyrus is attending a party with Yusuf, he gets a call from Vahid's phone. He doesn't let Cyrus know that he has been captured. He just says that he has the bearings, and they'll be delivered to Yusuf by the Khalid network's couriers right before his departure from Geneva. As soon as the deal is done, Haverford puts a bullet in Vahid's head. He then states the obvious, that his task force will be meeting with Yusef, and he specifies that the bearings that they'll give to him are the ones given to them by Mordecai. After recuperating on a train from Munich, Varen reaches Geneva, and while walking through the station, she leery.